Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious, yeah. Just for the safety of our kids.
Hey, so I definitely got moving slower today than I wanted to. I honestly might not get my Bullseye. Morning.
Just so you know, you're not allowed to film in here. So
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious, yeah. Just for the safety of our kids.
All right, so let's talk about what just happened in there. So they say that that's for the safety of their customers, but they know better. That has nothing to do with the safety of their customers. They are concerned that I'm gonna get prices and somebody else is gonna see the prices and then they'll know how to price stuff. They should just price things right to begin with. But hey, look, before we get any further into this, let me do a quick disclaimer. I am not a lawyer, I am not an attorney, I am none of those. So anything that I'm gonna say is just mere advice. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification, whatever it is that bell notification does. So quickly, it is protected under the First Amendment that you can film and record in public, right? But basically what that says is that you can record or take pictures of things you can see. Well,
Unless it is posted on the door somewhere.
unless that it's in a bathroom, right? So if you can't take pictures in a public bathroom, you can't take video in a public bathroom, and if you can see your neighbor in their bathroom, you can't take pictures of them in their bathroom. It's really the neighborly thing just to go let them know that you can see them in their bathroom before they get arrested for indecent exposure or something. And then there's a few other rules along the way, like I can't zoom in on someone, I can't follow a person, I can't intentionally make sure that I put a person in public in my video without their written consent. And there's a whole bunch of other situations where you can't film in public. Like, for example, if an employee or the owner of the establishment asks you to stop, I mean, then you clearly have to stop. But I did manage to pick up these guys. And hey, look, I'm not upset with Target. I just wish that we were a little bit more consistent on how we handled that, right? So if I'm not going to be allowed to record in there, maybe you should put something on the door, just like the no guns allowed, right? That says you can't record in here. Or maybe that should just be a over, every store should say the same thing versus one store saying I can record in it, one store saying that I can't record in it. And then it probably just depends on who you are, what day of the week, and what's going on at that store. But hey, check this out. I managed to grip my hands on Skeletor on the throne. Now I know that I said I wasn't going to pick this guy up, but I think that I'm going to take him apart and I'm going to fix that throne a little bit to make it look like it wasn't an afterthought, because I really feel like this one right here is an afterthought. This box is pretty cool. I love how they got the windows all the way around it. So we had the window here, and the window up top. On the back of this guy, they're showing 5 of them. They don't show him on the back. And I really like these Target Con stickers. This is something that they just started this year. He is number 68 out of the group, and I managed to pick up Bullseye. This is the one that I went after. So on the back of this right here, they have some little information. If you want to pause the video real quick, you'll be able to read that. This is number 118 out of the group. It basically just tells you that this has been Target spokes dog since 1999. I did not know that. Also has the really cool sticker up front. Let's get Skeletor opened up and take a closer look at him. Now, like I said just a second ago, if I'm going to kind of watch the price on him, and I'm going to see what happens. If the price doesn't get ridiculously high, and when I say ridiculously high, I'm thinking anything over like 50 or 60 bucks, right? If it falls below that, I am going to take him apart, and I'm going to fix the throne on him just so that it looks better. Look, they really messed up when they did that, and I'll show you what I mean by here in just a second. It looks and feels a lot like an afterthought. So when they were doing this, it looks and feels like that was not their primary interest, right? That was just an afterthought. The pop itself was what they were really going after, and this was just another way of selling it. So I wish that they would have taken a little bit more time and attention to detail when it comes to this, but he still looks, look, he's still pretty fire. He will still look a lot better with the throne taken care of. Let's take a closer look at him. This is another one of those deluxe pops that they're charging entirely too much for. I want to say that he was like $22 or $25, but they did a really good job with the paint job on him. And I've actually seen, like in some videos, people have taken him under a black light, and this yellow and green is actually black light sensitive, which is kind of crazy that they made that black light sensitive. It kind of makes me think they're hinting onto the idea that you're going to see one of these start coming out in the black light series as well. Now, when you get to the back of him, you can tell that they kind of did something, right, to embellish the cracks. And that's what I mean by an afterthought, right? Because when you get back on this side of him, they did nothing on the inside of him to embellish these cracks and crevices and to just give it that dark and grungy feel that they already put the crevices in there. They just needed a little bit more attention to detail, like in the skulls, those eyes need to be black. Look, even if he does go up in value, I'm probably going to take him apart and do it anyways, and that'll probably become a video later on. At some point, I will do one with just me getting this guy apart so that we can all get look, when I'm done with him, it would look a lot better if they would have just taken a few more minutes, like getting those cracks and crevices darker than the actual plastic, but that's neither here nor there. That'll be a later video at some time. I'll make a video just on me taking this guy apart and getting that thrown where it should be. I mean, respectably where it should be. Now, Bullseye here is number 118 out of the group. This pop has somehow eluded me for years. So that's a lot of the reasons why I didn't argue with this guy a whole lot when he told me that I couldn't film in there, because my only objective of getting in there was to try and get this Bullseye. Some funny stuff happened throughout this whole thing. So I'm number 2 in the line as we're getting up there. Some people tried to run to the back, which is something that we never do. We never run to the back. We respect the line placement in which people were in when they were standing at the door. So I kind of walked around some people. It was not one of the best experiences of me going to a con. It was disjointed. It was weird. It was different. There was a lot of people in the line that were openly flipping the pops, which was also different, right? So a lot of times when we go after these guys, we go after them, and the people standing in line know as much about them as we do. They're not openly telling us that they're going to go put these on eBay. This is what they do. There was a lot of people in line that were open with that information. They were not afraid to tell us. So it's kind of disheartening knowing that this has now gotten the attention of a lot of people, and so it's going to start changing, and it's going to start changing in a different way. And I don't know if that way is going to be a good way or a bad way, but my speculation says that it's not going to be a good way. Let's take a closer look at this guy. I am just not going to lie. This is a really awesome pop. I can't believe that I finally got my hands on him. Now, this is the only one that I've seen that has the Target Con shirt on, but like I said, that this logo is, and they're making that sticker that says 2021, is the first time that I've seen it. If I'm wrong, throw a comment over there and tell me that I'm wrong. I don't mind like telling everybody I was wrong from time to time. It's okay to be wrong from time to time, but this is a really awesome pop. They did really good with the Bullseye. I don't see any problems in his shirt. It does, however, look like his legs and all are different pieces than the actual shirt piece, so that means that they would have all come apart separate. I don't see any problems with the nose. I mean, they did a really good job with this pop, and that's not something that we've seen a whole lot lately. We've seen a lot of quality control issues when it comes right down to the pops. So what I'm thinking happens is when they get pops like this that need special attention, they put their really good employees just on these to make sure that they come out in a really, really nice way, which is, look, I think that they should get all of their employees trained to that, but I understand like turnover in places like this have to be crazy insane, right? Crazy insane, the turnover rate. Both of these pops are done really well. The thing I want everybody to take away from this, I know I did a skit at the beginning, kind of pushing it at Target a little bit, poking the bear, but at the end of the day, the best practice is going to just be simply to ask them if it's okay to film inside of there. Now, because I was there before they ever opened, I didn't have a chance to actually ask them if I could film inside of there. And to be honest, I don't normally ask if I can film inside a place. Normally, if it's not posted on the door, I go ahead and assume that I'm able to film inside of there. Now, this was the second time that I have been told to stop filming in somewhere, so I wasn't overly like shocked that he had told me to quit filming in there. I was kind of shocked that he had told me that quit filming inside of a Target, because that was completely new to me, and I had filmed probably 7, 8, maybe even 9 or 10 times inside of there. Now, I could have fixed this and just went in there the day before and got some kind of written permission that said I could have filmed in there the following morning, and I could have avoided the whole situation. in the future, that's probably something that I'm going to start doing, is seeing if I can either get some kind of written permission to film in the next day, or to just go find somebody in that place that day and say, hey, look, I'm going to walk in here with my phone and my gimbal, and my sole plan is to record in this building. Are you okay with it? I think that that's probably the smartest idea and the best way to start handling this. Before we get out of here, though, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you watching this one. Until next time, have a good one, guys.